Now, tonight's guest is the chairman of this statutory body that works in partnership with Fife Council, Fife Constabulary, and NHS Fife, help to provide support for who are very vulnerable to domestic abuse and all the other such things. John Myles, the chairman of Fife Adult Protection. Welcome to the Friday Night Lounge.
Thanks, Matthew. It's nice to be here. I just hope that your listeners are all feeling better and are on the way to a full recovery.
What is Fife Adult Protection?
Fife Adult Protection Committee is a statutory body. It's set up under the Adult Support and Protection Act, and it's a requirement of all local authorities to actually undertake the setting up of such a group. Now, the group is there to coordinate the services of the police, as you mentioned, the NHS and social work in the delivery of protective services for adults.
In terms of adults, who exactly is covered by the Adult and Support Protection Act?
Well, that covers anybody over 16 years of age, obviously, and that takes in a great deal of the population. However, the Act has got some specifics in it in regards to when the Act can actually be utilised, and there's criteria that have to be met. So although it covers this vast range of people, it's only the vulnerable people that really the Act is there to protect, people who need our support, who need our protection.
And how does the Fife Adult Protection help those who need it?
Well, the group, as I said, helps to coordinate and bring together the services of the social work, police and NHS. And the group that I chair are the lead professionals from all these agencies, and we make sure that we're all speaking to each other. And I think that's very important, because each agency has information that could help provide a better service and more support for individuals who are in a vulnerable position and may be subject of harm.
Speaking of, when we were talking about the Fife Adult Protection Committee, it's actually divided into two components, the quality assurance and the training development. So explain to us how these two sections of the committee collaborate together to help drive the policy making decisions.
Yeah. These two groups you're talking about are actually subgroups of the main committee, and these two groups actually do the work, if you like, where the main group are the people who have got the responsibility for the strategic direction of the services. The group that sits below actually are the workers. They do the delivery. First of all, the group that looks at evaluation and audit, they are trying to help us continually improve our services by self-reflection, by looking at ourselves, by seeing where we're going, how well we're delivering services. And as I say, we're at an early stage, and that work is still evolving.
And also, you provide policy considerations for the users as well. You also consider the carers as well, don't you?
Absolutely, and that's a very important part, because it's important that we as a committee listen to our service users, and to that end we do have a service user who's a member of the committee, and we also have a carer who is a member of our committee. Some
of the campaigning and conferencing you've done, that one of them's quite recently, a few months ago, is the Goni No Day That campaign, which vaguely reminds me of Chewing the Fat, by the way, but it was a partnership between Fife Council, Social Services, NHS Fife and Fife Constabulary, and it was the first type of conference for both users and carers. So what was the real aim for this Goni No Day That conference?
Basically, it's to raise awareness in the general public around the vulnerability of some adults within our community, and the need to identify that and to make it known to the authorities. And really it was a marketing, awareness raising exercise that we undertook during that time.
What were the most common issues that the both users and the carers had concerns with?
The statistics that we have would indicate that the main concerns currently are neglect and self-neglect, as well as issues of self-harm, which is an important area that we also cover.
And speaking of massive awareness raised by the Fife Adult Protection, you have a campaign going on. You have been doing this for a few months now, the Act Against Harm, but recently you've had an extension to that, which was the Act Against Harm banner campaign. So explain to us what the idea is behind this extension to the campaign.
The Act Against Harm campaign is actually a national campaign. It's one that's been driven by the Scottish Government. And in Fife, we took up the challenge of how we can best market that particular campaign. And the decision was made that we should actually involve service users. So what you'll see in a number of the shopping centres, I think they've been to the Kingdom Centre in Glenrothes and at the Dulwich Leisure Centre in Dunfermline, what you'll see is the banners, and they're obviously some artwork. They're made up of artwork from a number of service users from across the range of service users, in fact, and it's about making sure that service users are included in the development of our marketing materials and our policies.
And speaking of the Kingdom Shopping Centre, you have done a rather, I'd say a rather innovative way of raising the awareness of the charity. You used a Bluetooth campaign where you sent messages to Bluetooth phones as to shoppers passing by in the shopping centre. 9,000 people looked at the information at this. And could you tell us, why did you decide to use the Bluetooth as an extension to your current campaigning?
Yeah, I think it's important that no matter what organisation, we've got to move with the times, and different people respond to different types of marketing materials. Younger people, in fact, older people, the vast majority of people these days have mobile phones, and it's an excellent way of communicating and getting your message across. The Adult Protection Committee is only 2 years old. The Act's a recent Act, so it's important that we try and spread the word about the work that we're doing to as many people as we can.
How do you think the response has been to the Act Against Harm campaign from the Fife Adult Protection perspective?
Well, the assessment and evaluation of the work that we're doing is ongoing, and it's probably too early to make a firm judgment. But I think the amount of people that has personally spoken to me about seeing the banners, for instance, in the shopping centres has been very positive, and it indicates that people, on the first time they pass them, do stop, do have a look, and hopefully do take in the information that is supported by the artwork. People are interested in it, they stop. And okay, they might pass it by on their second visit, but at least they've stopped on the first visit, and it's important, as I said, to get as many people with an understanding of the work that we're doing to try and protect vulnerable adults, and I think it's been successful.
Finally, to finish off with, tell us how we can get in touch with Fife Adult Protection if we ever need to contact them.
Yeah, sure. The telephone number is 01383 602 200.
I believe you have a web presence as well.
Yeah, there's a website. If people go into Fife Direct, they'll be able to navigate towards the adult protection area of the website.
Excellent. John Myles, thank you very much for coming on to the Friday Night Lounge.